Hello, everyone. Welcome to Aloha Friday. It is totally Aloha Friday, and I hope you guys are all doing good. This week has been a crazy week for me, but I am really glad that it is Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everyone is doing well. And I want to make sure that I have my volume right. So, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? I don't know exactly what. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, but I think this weekend is my last weekend. Hi, Alyssa. How are you? I just wanted to make sure my chat was enabled. It seems like lately it's been disabled without me even knowing it. So, how are you? Happy Friday to you too. Aloha Friday. So I think I'm going to work on some ATCs. I also have some art journaling to do. You guys, since I'm taking this job, I have been like a little scattered. Hi, Lisa. Since I'm taking this job, which starts on Monday, I have been a little scattered and just trying to find employees and just different stuff like that. Hi, Joni. How are you? Alyssa, I want to tell you how much I love your ATCs. They're super awesome. I always love your art. Your art is always inspiring. But your ATCs are really phenomenal. The ones you posted in our Crafting Mamas group, I really love them. So I'm going to go through these. I have a whole collection of stuff. What is my job? I'm going to be running, I'm going to be rebranding a store that has I think they have 17 they have a number of stores. They're going to take 4 of their stores that are in really nice hotels, like really high-end hotels, and they are going to rebrand them to be galleries. So you guys know that's right up my alley. That's what I've done for years, is run galleries, art galleries. And so it'll be good. I'm excited. I'm a little, you guys, I haven't worked for somebody else in a really long time. So I have to say I am a little, a little nervous, do you guys see why I kept this? Because, I just love these pink flamingos. I don't know what I'm going to use them in, but I like them a lot. Alyssa, that's the job I've had for years. I did it, and I've run my own gallery when I lived in New York, and I run other people's galleries. I've done just a mix and eclectic thing of a lot of different stuff. But what makes me excited about this particular job is that they've really given me free reign to find local artists that I love and to put together a sales team and just to do some stuff. It's one thing to find really great art. It's another thing to be able to put together a sales team. Not everyone can sell art. And, selling art is selling art is an art all unto itself. And so I'm excited about it. I really am excited about it. Hi, Mary Lou. It does sound fabulous, but it is a lot of work. And right now we have a shortage of the workforce here. We have a shortage of workforce. I'm sure you guys have heard me rant and rave about it, but the shortage of workforce here comes from the lack of affordable housing. And so, if you don't have affordable housing, you really can't. It's sort of a catch-22 here. Airbnb came, and that's opened up a lot of places for. What people don't understand is our little island. The population of our little island is under 200,000 people, and we have 2.4 million people come every year to visit here. So you kind of get the drift of you need people to wait on people, and it's anyway, it's an ongoing problem. So I was all excited, and I called somebody that I know and love, and I think she's just fabulous. And I called her to see if she would be interested in being like the assistant manager in my store. And initially she sounded really excited, and then I guess she went to the employer that she currently works for, and I guess they made her an offer she couldn't refuse, So that's kind of so she she didn't, and I think the really sad thing is that she didn't really even have the nerve to call me and tell me. She left me a message. I would never. Our island is so small, so small that you definitely don't want to burn any bridges. So this is a book that I got to make a junk journal out of, and I just love it. And it has somebody's name in it, and it's written in, oh my gosh. Here, I'll tell you the date it's written in. It's written in 1957. It's a first aid textbook, but I just thought it's going to make a great junk journal. I love the cover. I haven't done it because I'm just purging, going through my stuff and just deciding keep or purge, keep or purge. Hi, Linda. Hi, Diana. How are you? Anyway, thanks to everybody who signed up for the ATC swap. I think we're going to do it again next month. So for those of you that missed, you can totally join. It's a one stamp swap, meaning it's one envelope with one ATC and then just a few bits and bobs for your partner to make a new ATC. Or, some of us have more unique things than others. So it's just really that. So, but only one postage stamp worth of postage. I think I'm going to put this in here or put it on her page. So my daughter that was going to take her massage therapy exam is there now doing it. She did it yesterday, so she seems relieved. She went to Oahu to do it, and she seems so relieved. And so now she is having some fun. She took a few extra days because it was so expensive. So that was a little bit of she was in her own little stressed out moment. And of course, as a mom, carries you with her. Thanks, Linda. You know what? I didn't even really know I was looking for a job. I mean, I kind of put it out in the universe because I have kids in college, and you know how expensive that is, and kids in college, and then I have a younger daughter in private school, and you know how things just even though we lead a really super simple life by comparison, it's still expensive, right? So I didn't even really know I was looking for a job, but I guess I was without knowing. So tell me what's on your crafty table, peeps. Hi, Anne. How are you? Welcome. We're happy to have you here. So I'm going to work a little bit in this. This was the book that the recipe journal that I'm going to give my daughter as a present. She doesn't know it's for her. And so I was going to give it to her as a present for passing her exam. So I guess I have a week or so until, I don't know how long it takes till they find out. I think 10 business days or something. Hey, Elle. Well, we're happy you guys are all here. We are happy you guys are all here. Did anybody catch, I know Elle and I caught Barb Owen, and she had one of my favorite YouTube artists, Diane Fago. She used to be called Pack or Die on Ustream. And I really always enjoy her collaging work. And she happened to be traveling through where Barb lives and stopped to, and they hung out. And it was so awesome. I have to say, I was a little jealous. I was a little jealous. Hey, Laura. I was a little jealous. I was like, Barb's my peep, okay? Oh, she's awesome. You should go check her out, and Pack or Die is awesome. Yeah, I was like, but I was a little jealous. I was like, wait. No, I wasn't jealous. I would have loved to have been there with them. Don't you guys have an affinity for people like you watch and you see them do their art and you're just like, oh my God, I love them. I want to be crafty besties with them, right? And then you see them with somebody else that you want to be crafty besties with, and you're like, wait a second, I want to be crafty besties. Hi, Barb. I was just talking about you. I loved the stream today. I was there the whole day. I loved it. I wish I was there. Don't you wish? You know what? One of these days, Barb, I might just surprise you. I might just show up at your door. I might just like drive and drive and drive and have craft extravaganza with you and the sponsors and Clausman. I loved it though. I loved seeing Diane. She has been, she's a real inspiration to me. She kind of makes art outside the box, and I always appreciate that. Diane doesn't live far from you. Well, you better go see her. If Barb and I stream together, it'd be way cool. I don't know. See, Barb doesn't say bad words, and I do. So it would be hard. Barb doesn't say bad words. Hi, Kat. How are you? You were supposed to get together with Dee Dee this month. Oh, at the month, but your dad broke his ribs, so you go. Oh, well, then you better keep us all in line, Ann, because we want to know. We love ourselves some Dee Dee Wellingham. Barb says she doesn't say a bad word on air. Diane is an inspiration. You guys go over and show her some love. I remember watching a video once, and I guess some people had not been as kind as they could have been to her. And she mentioned it, and I was like, what? You guys, kindness is free. And you can be nice to anyone. And I am sorry about your dad too. You're well. How are all your kiddos, Miss Cat? And how's your new house? You guys, it's like a never-ending ridiculousness in my house. What was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something funny, but that's my whole life is like a comedy act some days. Not on purpose. Okay, can we get this down? Not on purpose. Like, who would want their life to be a comedy act on purpose? Not me. So the one day that I got to sleep in, so my hottie, for those of you that don't know, he gets up, he works at a restaurant. And he works at a restaurant on the other side of the island to where we live. Which doesn't seem like a big deal because it's only like 20 miles away, except that it's one road in and one road out, and it's 35 miles an hour. So check out where we are. So we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. For those of you that don't know, I live in Hawaii. Kat says our kids are great. Oh, and your baby. Oh, Nora started kindergarten. Oh my gosh. Girl, maybe have a little bit more time to do a little art. Kindness is so free. Guys, we have to spread the kindness. Yes, I agree. Alyssa says you're never too important to be kind. That is your motto. I hear you. You end all your videos with be kind to each other. Oh, that's so good. So, my hottie, bless his soul, has to go. He works on the other side of the island. So, he gets up. If he has to be at work at 7, even though it's only 22 miles to the other side, you guys, it's 35 miles an hour driving, and it's one lane in, one lane out, and it's a coastal road, like there's a mountain and then the ocean, and it's cliffs. And because of our time difference, people come here and they wake up at if you're from the East Coast, we're 6 hours difference from you. We're 6 hours, you're 6 hours ahead of us. So people come at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Most people that are visiting from the East Coast are wide awake, and many of them are out driving. So, and you guys, the speed limit, some people just can't get it. The speed limit is what it is because of where we live and the road, and, it's on a cliff and a mountain. I like your kids' names too. So, every single day I'm like, and right now it's not whale season. The whales are here like from November to May, right? So right now it's not whale season. If it's whale season, oh my God, you really have to get up early because people just stop in the middle of everything. And if you want to get to work on time, it's like you got to leave extra time. You guys, I'm the kind of person that I get ready quickly. But you guys have been here enough with me to know that my hottie does not have that, does not share that same trait. He does not get, he does not get, he does not get ready quickly. So every night I'm like, hey, did you put your whatever in the car? You know, did you put your briefcase in the car? Do you have all your aprons? Do you have your this? Do you have your that? What about your socks? Because he works 2 different jobs. I go, do you have your socks? Do you have your uniform? I mean, this is like, guys, I'm not his mother. And normally I would not even care. Except that for like the past couple of years, he's been really supportive of us financially. So I want to be as equally supportive of him as I can. So I get up in the morning and I make him breakfast and I, you know, whatever I can do to help. So I'm just looking to see what I'm gonna put down on the page. I'm gonna put these flamingos. I'm gonna do my. It's not mine. I don't own it. I didn't invent it. Gesso transfer. Anyway, so now, and you guys, I'm a night owl. How many of you guys have like completely opposite things than your partners? Like, you know, your partner is a morning person. You're a night owl. Whatever. Well, I'm a night owl. Okay, I'm convinced my partner is neither a night owl or a morning person. Okay, he is neither a night owl or a morning person. He is not coherent in the morning, and he falls asleep the moment he like. If he sits on our bed to talk to me, he'll fall asleep. And so I get up with him really early, and I make him breakfast, and I make him some lunch to take with him. And because sometimes between his jobs, he tries to go swim in the ocean. He doesn't work a full-time morning job. He just does a fill-in shift. But lately, because of the lack of employees here, his fill-in shift has become like a morning, like almost a full-time job. He works a regular nighttime restaurant job. That's his full-time job. But he just like picks up shifts at this other like casual breakfast place. But, you know, we both realize that it's become like more of a full-time. It's become as full-time as his other job. Anyway, so the one morning that I don't have to get up was yesterday morning. And we were both like so happy. We were like, he got home really late on Thursday night and on Wednesday night, and we were like, yesterday was his day off, and he was like, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a gesso transfer, so you got to have some kind of thick gesso on the pages underneath. And the reason I don't do it directly to the magazine is the magazine is like so thin that it just warps. These magazine pages for my magazine journal. So I just put a thick coat of gesso and then burnish my paper down, burnish my image down, and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll use some water to get it off. And if it's not down firmly, wherever it's not sticking to the page underneath, the transfer won't happen. So back up to my ridiculousness. So we're both so happy. We're both like, oh my God, this will be like a phenomenon. We don't have to get up. Oh my God, this can be so good, right? We don't have to get up. We can sleep late. He turned his phone off. Because we get all kinds of crazy spam phone calls. He turns his phone off so that it only rings like in case of an emergency, and then it like rings his parents. I don't know, just a few numbers. But he did give his boss had his morning shift restaurant his phone number, because if he has to be to work at 7 o'clock, he has to leave our house by 6. So that means they have to call him by 5 if somebody's not going to show up. So, what? He does work hard, Elle. I didn't invent it. Who invented it? You invented it. Hi, Jennifer. So we're like all, we're like sleeping, and it's like, you guys, on the days that I can actually sleep in, shizzle happens. Okay, so his phone rings at like 5 a.m. and it rings really loud, and because he set it on that thing, it's either an emergency call, like one of his parents. And I didn't even remember that he'd given his morning job because he was off. And so I'm thinking it's one of his parents, because I told you guys his mom had heart surgery and that his dad's got some health issues. So, so he answers the phone, and I hear him go. I hear him, he's so funny. He's like, "What?" He's like, "Who is this?" He's like, "Ah." He's like, "No way, man." He's like, I hear him say, "No way." And then I'm thinking, who died? I'm thinking whatever. No, you guys. He was his job. Now, mind you, he's already worked 6 days in a row for them, right? This supposedly casual job. Decides that they're just going to call him because somebody decided they weren't showing up or whatever. And he's like, "Dude, I'm not coming in." I can hear him say, he's like, I'm not coming. He goes, "Bye." And he hangs up, and I said, "Who is that?" And he says, "It's, that day job." I said, "Haven't you worked 6 days a week?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "Somebody's just not showing up." And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "You know what?" He goes, "I live the farthest away." He goes, "Why don't they call somebody closer?" I said, "Because you're the most reliable." So I said, "It's okay, it's okay." And I said, "What time is it?" He's like 5:15, 5:20. I said, "Well, I thought it was your parents." He goes, "Me too." I said, "Well, never mind." I said, "Let's go back to sleep." You guys, no sooner do we go back to sleep, no sooner does our head hit the pillows, and my phone rings. You guys, my phone never rings that early. My phone rings, and it's my daughter, the one. So we barely get back to sleep. Maybe it's 6 o'clock by this point. It's the one that's in Oahu, getting ready to take her test, and she's hysterically crying. She says that that the highway to get to her test is under construction, and she's like, and they don't get. And she says, and Google Maps doesn't give an alternate route. You guys, like, I love my kids, and I'm really grateful that they think that I'm so powerful. I can control traffic and know how to get somewhere to and from on an island that I don't live on. I'm just so grateful for all that. Guys, I was like, "Well, can you get out and take a cab?" I mean, and then she's crying, "I'm going to miss my test." I'm like, "Call them." I said, "If your test is at 7 a.m., right?" So ridiculous. I said, "If your test is at 7 a.m., that's barely 6 o'clock, right?" I said, "Call them. Somebody will be manning them and tell them you're going to be late." And I said, "I don't know how to tell you to get an alternate route." Right? Oh my God, Laura. I was like, and my hottie's like, "It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy." He says the universe conspires so neither one of us get any sleep. So, needless to say, I was like over it. He was over it. Your gyms do the same thing, Al. But I was like trying to calm her down. I'm like, and he goes, "I was just there, and the traffic is horrible there. It's like kind of like, it's like intense city traffic with lots of 5-lane highways." And anyway, I said, "Where?" And she, thank goodness her little boyfriend went with her, and he was really calm in the background. He's like, "Hi, Shelly." I'm like, "How are you?" He's like, "I'm okay." And he said, "I'm sorry we woke you up." That's my life. Hi, Mitch. It's a conspiracy, right? It's a conspiracy that we can't sleep. You guys, that's my life. It's my life. So my poor hottie, yesterday was his only day off. So needless to say, I am, looking for new artists for this gallery that I'm working in. All I can do is calm them down. That's all I could do. I said, "You're going to make it. I was like, you're going to pass your test. I'm like, don't worry about it. And I'm just like, it's the worst case scenario. You have to go back and take your test. And I'm trying to like be all the things, but kids. So, and I had an appointment at noon. That was when my appointment for to go and see this artist's work. And so, after that, I didn't go back to sleep. He did for a little bit, and I just got up and cooked, and I don't sleep much anyway, so I was like, whatever. So I got up and I cooked, and I did some stuff, and then, we went to see this artist. But needless to say, both of us felt like, haven't you, over an extended period of time when you've had no sleep, you kind of feel like a little nauseous? You kind of feel like really tired. Your kids do the same thing, Mary Lou. Oh my gosh. My kids don't know. They call me all hours of the day and night. I love them so much, but sometimes it's ridiculous. Kat says she used to call her mom before a series of really difficult tests because I was freaking out. I knew she would give me some encouragement and calm me down. Oh, Kat, I'm sure that's all it was, but that on top of the highway being closed. What came out cool? My ridiculous ATCs? Well, they're coming along. You guys, it's like, I haven't been so motivated. It's been so hot here. I haven't been motivated to do much. I mean, other stuff, but not sit in my art space because it's hot. Hi, Christine from Pennsylvania. So that was his day off, and he did not get to sleep. So you guys, he was so sweet about it. He was like, he never complains, because sometimes it's his kids that are calling. Okay, so let's get real. Sometimes our kids seem to take turns, which is a really good thing. Like, at least they're not all having crises at one time, which has happened in the past, but we're grateful that it's not happening right now. So yesterday was our go sleep day. So I said to him, I'm so sorry. See, I thought he usually has 2 days off in a row, but he didn't this week because that horrible flu that was going around, the one that I got that I ended up getting pneumonia from? It's called, I think it's called is it called Parva? Anyway, it's going around again, and there are people here that have been super, super sick. So I think a lot of people, I don't think it's like people are calling in sick to be irresponsible. I think it's just they are really sick and definitely wouldn't want them to come and infect you or infect anyone else. So he didn't get much sleep, but we did manage to go to a really great place for lunch, which made both of us really excited. And for those of you that don't know, I've been doing a keto diet. And so, when you find places that you can actually eat, you kind of get a little excited when you go, oh, I can eat there, And it's called, I think it's called Maui Time Tacos. But I think the guy was a chef at a restaurant, like a really 5-star restaurant. His food, it was amazing. I had a Ono salad. Ono means like good, but it's also a type of fish. So I had an Ono salad, which was excellent. And my hottie had beef salad or something. I don't know, but my fish salad was excellent. It was like a big, huge green salad with all kinds of stuff. Your parents are doing keto? Well, my hottie now is, you guys, he's like so obsessed. For those of that watch me all the time, they know he's like lost all this weight. He didn't even need to lose weight, guys. He's down to a size 29 waist from a 34. He's so happy. I wish you guys, he's so happy. This came from a Departures magazine, and these are just like little, I think they're probably 20 size, 2-inch size. But I really liked some of them, like the Coliseum, and I don't know what this is, like some sort of gear and then some sort of house. I liked it. They're probably famous pieces of art. He loses another inch, right? Oh my God, but the best part, Laura, is that he was wearing these shorts. He's wearing these shorts that, and they have to understand, he's not that materialistic or anything, but since he's lost weight, he's like, I'm going to get some shorts. Because when we first got together, he used to wear these clothes that were way too big for him. And I used to say, dude, it's much better if you find clothes close to your size, especially if you're slim, you know? And so when we first got together, I had bought him all these clothes. And so he's like trying to be, he's definitely more mindful of what looks better on him, right? And so he bought, and I said to him when we started this diet, I said, don't buy yourself a bunch of clothes. I said, because you know what's going to happen. I said, you're going to lose a whole bunch more weight. And then he's like, I don't really need to lose that much weight, so I can't. You guys, he cannot even wear the new pants he bought himself. Hi, Vicky. How are you? You know what, Kat? I'll just tell you what. I'll tell you what works for me, and then you have the thing with the keto diet. This is what. Hi, Carolyn. This is what I find. Okay. First of all, everybody's body is different, and so what works for one may not work for the other, right? So, like, sometimes you can read, if you're on a keto blog or a keto Facebook group or something, and somebody's like, I lost 900 million pounds, and I ate all this stuff. Like, I know for my body, I can't eat dairy because I actually have an intolerance to dairy. And so I just don't eat it. But my partner can eat dairy. He doesn't have an intolerance to eat it. So, you know, oh, thanks, Vic. You know, so what I'm finding, and this is so true. Okay, there's a guy on YouTube, for anybody that's interested in learning about a keto diet. He's just a regular guy. His name is, you ready for this? Butter Bob Briggs. Butter Bob Briggs. And he has a video that says, it's called Butter Makes Your Pants Fall Off. I think that's the video. Anyway, he talks and he really helps you to understand how a keto diet works with your body. He's not a doctor. He's just a regular guy who did it for himself. He lost 170 pounds in 7 months. Definitely check with your doctor first. I'm not telling you not to. But, you know, like, all you have to do is, the first thing is cut out sugar. Cut out sugar. That is the big one. Sugar is a big one. If you can cut out sugar, you're halfway there. The next thing is to cut out all grains and white flour products. Then pretty much everything else you can eat. So, I don't know. For me, what's helped is, so my partner, he's like a scientist. He's not in real life, but his mind works like one. So he read like the Grain Brain. I told him I was going to do this because one of our crafting mamas did it, and she like stopped having, she had rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, and something else. And all of her ailments, she basically got off all her medications simply doing a keto diet. Well, I suffer from some of those similar conditions. I mean, I don't talk about it because it's just like one of those things, like you don't want somebody to always associate you with unhealthy things, right? So I never really discuss it, but I was like, and I cannot, my body is very sensitive to a lot of medicines. So I hardly take any medicine. Like even when I would have a bad flare up, I might take ibuprofen. Guys, since I've been doing this about, 3 months now, I've probably taken, I used to take anywhere from 8 to 16 ibuprofen a day because of the pain my body was in. I would say since I've been doing this, maybe in the past 3 months, maybe I've taken 5 total in 3 months. From 16 a day to 5 ibuprofen in 3 months. Isn't that crazy? And I've lost like 35 pounds. I've lost like 35 pounds. It is a lot of ibuprofen, but if you don't want to take steroids and you don't want to take pain meds like narcotics, you know, it is. But I haven't taken them. I mean, I wouldn't say I took them every day, but I would say when I was in pain, I did, you know. because I couldn't function. Right? Right, Elizabeth? I agree. Whatever works for you. Now, look, I definitely could use to lose weight. But my motivation was really after she talked about being pain free, I was like, my ears pricked up. I was like, okay, I have to do this just to even try the pain free thing, right? And it's worked for me. But go watch that guy. He makes a lot of sense. He'll help you understand how to do it. And my partner, he fesses up at me all the time. He's like, you don't eat enough. So this is going to sound so stupid. The more I eat, the more weight I lose. The more I eat, the more weight I lose. Is that ridiculous? Doesn't seem like it would make sense, but it's true for me. So like yesterday in the morning I had eggs and bacon. And I don't know what kind of bird that is, but can you guys hear? He sounds like he's really close. I had eggs and bacon, and then for lunch I had that big, huge salad with, it was an amazing salad. It was like a green salad it had cabbage and carrots and a little bit of beets, and it had cucumbers and tomatoes and avocados and olives and celery and cucumbers. I had some zucchini, and then I had this amazing fish on top that was like grilled, like and some Indian spices, which I love Indian food anyway. And then for dinner I had my hottie and I went out for dinner, and I had ahi tuna seared over a bed of like zucchini and I think it was zucchini and eggplant and Brussels sprouts. There's some other vegetables in a cream sauce. It was delicious. His name is Butter Bob Briggs. Isn't that funny? Butter Bob Briggs. And he just like really got into the science of it all. And for whatever reason, you can really understand how he explains it. And he shows you how to do. Yeah, Emma's right. Hey, Emma. Emma says keto's not just for weight loss, but it's for a way of being. Well, I'm just saying, for me, I didn't start for weight loss. I started for the pain relief. Now, my hottie, on the other hand, just did it because I was doing it. But telling you now, he's down to a size 29. He can't wear those shorts he bought. They fell off. You guys, I laughed so hard. I told him, I said, I told you not to buy a bunch of stuff. But, you know, how many of you guys have men in your life that don't listen? None of you, right? Just me. I've cornered the market. I've cornered the market of men who don't listen. But he's so happy. Hey, Liz. Oh, it's highly recommended for autism, Emma? Really? You have a man in your life who does not buy clothes. Kat, mine never did either until he started losing weight. He never bought anything. I told you guys a story about how he went he needed a pair of jeans, and he went into the store and he bought like 4 pairs of jeans, and I said, you need to try them on, and he's like, no, I just need them for work because he had to wear these dark blue jeans for this job. And then I told you guys one day he took all the tags off of them, and I said, don't take the tags off. I said, try them on. He's like, they're fine. Never tried them on. He washed them all. And then one day he's getting ready. I told you guys a story. All of a sudden I hear him in the room go, ugh. He bought some cigarette pant leg jeans. He didn't look. Yeah, I am healthier now. Emma, it's so much better. Mary Lou, try it. It's not difficult. It's really not. I think the difficult thing, hi Denise, is understanding it. And so, I mean, I got one of those Atkins New Revolution books. I know some guy in the Mayo Clinic designed the keto diet, but I know didn't Dr. Atkins like make it famous like in the 70s? So I've gotten a bunch of books, but I have to tell you, I've learned more from that old guy on YouTube, Butter Bob Briggs, than I have from just about anything. He just explains it, and it's all about fat. It's about becoming fat adapted and eating enough fat, getting energy from fat, and eating enough fat so that your body burns fat as fuel. So that when you're not eating the fat, your body's still burning the fat, and your body's burning it while it's like you lose weight while you sleep. So my hottie, he was like telling me I wasn't eating enough, which was true. Because I was full all the time. And he was like, yeah, but you got to eat more fat. And the moment I started eating more fat, I started losing weight faster. I like that boat too. So I'm no keto expert. I just know what's been working for me. And the biggest thing is I've been feeling so much better. I've been feeling like so much better. Denise, I disagree with you. Do your research. A lot of people are diabetic and do keto and reverse their diabetes. So check with your doctor, but I don't agree. I do not agree. I have a friend who had type 2 diabetes, and after I started doing a keto diet, she called me one day and she goes, I've been doing that for years. And I was like, you have? And she said, yeah. She went to the Mayo Clinic for something, and they put her on the keto diet. She reversed her diabetes. She doesn't take any more meds. She was insulin-dependent diabetic. But I do think that if you are diabetic, you definitely should check with your doctor. People do reverse all kinds of things. All kinds of things. So I'm not a doctor, but I would say go and check out, get your medical advice, and follow it. Yeah, they put her on the diet. She went to the Mayo Clinic for something. They put her on the diet. I said, I didn't know that's what you do. She goes, yeah. I mean, I know that every time I've been around her, she brings her own food and stuff, but you know what? A lot of people have dietary restrictions, so I don't even think twice about it. So maybe it won't work for everybody with diabetes, but it worked for her. And then she was telling me her sister did it and reversed some sort of cancer thing. Her sister had, I don't remember what kind of cancer. I want to say ovarian, but I'm not 1,000% sure because I don't remember. But I would say you go and check out from your own medical professional what you should do for yourself. Hey, Samantha. Samantha says her A1C dropped 7.1 to 6.0. I don't know anything about your AC. I don't know what all that is. Well, the whole point, there's two different things. Okay, ketosis is when your body uses fat as fuel. There's another word that's not, it sounds like ketosis, but it's not the same. It's called, I will tell you, and I think that's what your doctor means. Newborn babies are in ketosis when they breastfeed. Ketosis is just a metabolic state, but there's another word that sounds like it. But I can't think of what it is. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, that's the one I think your doctor means, and that's some different thing, which has nothing to do with the keto diet. I don't know. I am glad that I don't have any of those predispositions to diabetes or anything. But I will tell you, it has definitely helped my arthritis and my fibromyalgia 1,000%. I can't find it. I can't find the word, but you have to do your research. And it's easy when you can figure out Yeah, that's the word. Alyssa wrote the word. Ketoacidosis, which is not the same thing. Well, Atkins is the keto diet, Denise. So I don't know what he was telling you, because Atkins is a ketogenic diet. Ketogenic is just the name of it. It's just the process in which your body burns fat for fuel instead of carbs. So all I'm saying is do your research. There's a lot of information out there. I would do something super simple. Read one of those Dr. Atkins books or one of those New Revolution Dr. Atkins books. There's also a guy named Stephen Feeney who's a good doctor, and he's written some books about it. You can also read those books, The Grain Brain, oh my gosh, what are those other books? I agree with you, Emma. Well, I'm glad for those of you that have found your way to get healthy. This is what's been working for me. And if it wasn't for one of our girls in Crafting Moms, I would have never done it. And I'm so grateful, because, you guys, when you live with chronic pain, it's no good. Chronic pain, for me, chronic pain was no good. Laura says, there are some good YouTube channels, Samantha. I agree. Laura says, my mom is a hippie health nut and doing the Atkins diet my whole life. She's healthy as a horse at 75. Well, it's basically the Atkins diet. It is totally the beginning part of the Atkins diet. What most people are doing as a keto diet is the very beginning of the Atkins diet, which was also founded by, who is the doctor that founded it? The guy in the Mayo Clinic, and he founded it for people with seizures. Do you remember that whole story? All I can tell you is that my hottie has gone from a size 34 waist to now a size 29, and he didn't need to. But he says he has so much energy, and he feels so much healthier. Me, being pain-free, I've lost about 35 pounds, and I'm pain-free. That is such a big deal for me. You can eat seeds and nuts. You don't eat any beans or legumes at the beginning part of your diet. You can eat it once you've, there's a whole process. Like, you start it, you get your body to go into ketosis, then your body burns fat for fuel. You try to keep your body in ketosis, and you drink a ton of water, you drink a ton of electrolytes, you can have coffee and tea, but you can't have anything that spikes your insulin, like no sugars, no stuff like that, right? And then you can then at some point when you've reached either the state of health you want to reach or the weight loss you want to reach, and then you can go back to adding stuff into your diet, right? So at that point you could add back beans and add back stuff, right? The thing about this is what I found. When I eat enough fat, and by fat I mean so I make myself a coffee in the morning. I don't eat dairy, so I make myself a coffee in the morning, and I put coconut milk in it, coconut fat, the cream, coconut cream, and I put some macadamia nut milk or something like that in it, and then I add coconut oil, a teaspoon of coconut oil, and a teaspoon of MCT oil, which is refined coconut oil, and I put it in a blender for about 10 seconds, and that's how I drink my coffee, and that gives me a certain amount of fat for the morning. Then I have eggs and bacon, or sometimes I just have eggs and vegetables, and that's that. And then for lunch I'll have a big salad with some sort of protein, and then for fats I put olive oil, or have olives, or avocado, or coconut, or you can have just about, you figure out what fats work best for you, right? And then for dinner I'll have, I don't know, like last night I had fish with all kinds of vegetables, and I had a salad, and but my vegetables, I don't eat dairy very often, but I think last night the sauce over the fish was made with heavy cream, so I had it. I didn't make macadamia nut milk, Emma. They sell it now. It's called Milkadamia. Yeah, it's actually really good. Yeah, Denise, it is a different word. I totally know. People misinform each other all the time. I totally know exactly what you mean because somebody, when I was telling them I was doing that diet, they freaked out and said, "Oh, you're doing whatever." But I say, find what works for you. I'm just telling you what works for me, and I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but I can say that it works for a lot of people. You know, like through osmosis, my family's been doing it with me because basically I cook one meal and then, but for my younger daughter, so like maybe I make us fish and vegetables, fish and zucchini or whatever I'm making, and then a big salad. For her, I'll add a potato, or I'll make her some rice or add some pasta. You do one meal a day? I haven't done that yet. I know a lot of people do it. You don't have it where you are, Emma? Oh, I just bought some. I mean, because when you're like dairy intolerant or you have family members that are dairy intolerant, you try all kinds of alternative stuff, right? But so for my daughter, I don't make her do it with us. My little daughter, she doesn't. She can eat whatever she makes herself fruit smoothies, and we have banana trees and papaya trees and all kinds of stuff in our yard. So I definitely don't make her do it. She doesn't do it. But I do cook the same foods for her as I cook for us. I just add more carbs for her. You're not even hungry at one meal a day. You're like a rock star. I don't know. I haven't. Have any of you guys done OMAD? That's one meal a day. That's the abbreviation for one meal a day. You're gonna have to call you Shrinking Emma. So, what are you guys gonna work on? I'll tell you what my summer plans are, and then probably not gonna even happen because of my job, but I'm gonna try. Emma says she's lost too much already, and it's still not 2 months since you've started. Really? Wow. How much weight did you lose, Miss M? I know a lot of people do one meal a day. I don't, because I cook for our whole family. I don't do that. I mean, I guess I could, but then, oh my God, Elizabeth, I've seen your doilies. I am so impressed. Did you teach yourself to crochet? Oh my gosh, and you had those spools of really cool thread. I am in love with your doilies. They're fabulous. I don't know that I could do that. Hi, Arlena. You have to force yourself to eat that one meal too. Elizabeth, maybe you need to do tutorials on how to crochet. I don't know if I could. I don't know. Yours are pretty fancy. Have you guys all seen Elizabeth's doily? She's doing amazing. You're going to do a little gluing here and there? Well, I'm hoping I get to go to Brooks Roadshow. I have a feeling that my new job may, unless I can find somebody remarkable to hire to work with me, my new job may like take its toll on me. Hi, Mitt. You have to see her doilies. They're gorgeous. She's been posting them on Facebook. And she kind of nonchalantly does it like, oh, by the way, here's just my doily for the day. And you guys, it's beyond anything you've ever seen. It's not like, it's totally beyond anything you've ever seen. Her doilies are magical. Magical doilies, Elle. Magical doilies. Oh my gosh, you're going to make a bunch and sell them? Well, make sure you post when you're going to do it, or at least tag me in one of your posts so that I can make sure I come to one of your sales. Not that I need anything, but Alyssa said, so she looked up diabetic ketoacidosis, DKA. It is a buildup of acids in your blood, and it can happen when your blood sugar is too high for too long, and it could be life-threatening. Well, that can't happen to you on keto because you aren't eating any sugar. You aren't eating any sugar at all. You guys, I haven't had sugar in 3 months. It seems like every picture I cut is too big for my ATCs. It's getting a little bit frustrating. They are gorgeous, Vicki. I agree. It is a beautiful idea. You've lost 35 pounds, Emma? Girl, all hail to shrinking Emma. All hail to shrinking Emma. You've lost more than me. I've lost about that much, but it's taken me longer than 2 months. Yes, Dr. Berg is excellent too. On YouTube, he's excellent. My only beef with Dr. Berg is he wants to sell you his stuff. I guess he has to make a living, but he wants to sell you his stuff. And I was going to buy some of his electrolytes except to ship them to me. It was like ridiculous, so I just got mine locally. We're happy for you, Emma. Congratulations, Mama. Have you guys been to Alyssa's channel? Go up in the chat and go up and look at Alyssa Barrett. And go over and look. Well, I only see Alyssa's stuff on Facebook. Alyssa, do you make videos of your stuff? Emma says she doesn't mind Dr. Berg. She eats his information, not his products. I agree. I don't need his products either. Bye, Kat. Thanks for stopping by. Big hugs and congratulations on all the milestones for your babies. And we hope that you're having a wonderful, I guess it's winter for you, yeah? It's a wonderful winter. It's summer for us. It's winter for you. Well, I'm excited to see your doilies. Now, don't let Bet see your doilies. Hottie Pose Bet. Bet loves doilies. She'll buy them all. Then none of us will get a chance to buy one of your doilies. Yeah, I think what's surprising to my partner is that, even though he didn't think he had any weight to lose, he's lost weight and he looks and he feels better. And he's done it in this 3-month period that we've been doing keto. Right? Bet will buy all the doilies. Bet is a doilier. She'll buy all the doilies. I don't know what's wrong with me, you guys. I'm not inspired. I don't know. Could you guys relate to listening to Diane today? Those of you that watched it with Barb. Diane mentioned on Barb, How to Get Creative with Barb Owen. She mentioned that she was like feeling like she wasn't, that she had kind of lost her mojo. That she was like, I can so relate. Like she kind of lost her mojo and she was just like, you get that way sometimes, She'd lost her creative mojo and now she's like, she even made a video about it, which I so appreciated her honesty and everything, And she's now getting her mojo back. It was really good. Yeah, she did. She lost her mojo for several years. That's what she said. I used to love to watch her. Have you guys ever done Shannon Green's Journaling by Fives? If you haven't, you have to go over to her channel and try it. It's so fun. It's really fun. But if you go over to Diane Fago's channel, Fago, or Pack or Die, and I'll try to put her thing in the description box after the video. She does Journaling by Fives in the most beautiful way I've ever seen Journaling by Fives done. And I don't know if that was the first video I watched of hers. I don't remember how I even found her. I must have found her because I used to watch Dee Dee Willingham on Ustream. And if you guys haven't checked her out, she is the queen of art journaling, don't you think? Don't you think that Dee Dee Willingham, and the queen of the Idea Society and all kinds of stuff. She's got all kinds of really creative ideas, Dee Dee Willingham, and I love Dee Dee. Anyway, Diane used to be one of the people in her chat, and I don't know. I guess that must be how I found Diane. I don't really know. Anyway, if you guys want to check out and see probably some of the most beautiful art journaling that you'll ever see, go over there and watch her and check out her one that she does, Journaling by Fives. It's Diane Fago, Fago, or is she called Pack or Die on YouTube, or Pack or Die DI, but it's Diane. I think it's Dianne, I think. And you guys, you'll be so inspired. She's such a good artist, and she's so humble. I love her. It was an excellent show today, Barb. I watched it to the very end. I didn't get to keep chatting because I was doing other stuff, but I got to watch and listen. You're a fangirl of her? Me too, Elle. Me too. I'm a fangirl of her. Like we're all fangirls of Barb. That's why we were a little jealous. We were just a tiny bit jealous. Was today Race's birthday, Barb? Oh, Barb says she first watched Diane when she was holding Elliot in one arm and painting with her fingers at the other with the other hand. Oh, I love her process too, Laura. Her process is so organic and it's just so perfect, for her, and it really inspires you. Yes, it's Race's birthday. Well, I said happy birthday to him in the chat, but I didn't know if today was the day. I asked him if he was going to have cake. He said no, he was going to have Korean barbecue. I love Korean barbecue. You watched most of her stream today too, Mary Lou? I tried to, and I couldn't keep up with the chat. Like, I would walk away, and then I would come back, and there were all these new people in the chat. And I was like, okay. So I was... You're back, Al. Well, we love your doilies, Elizabeth. You're doing a great job. For those that don't know, Elizabeth is crocheting doilies, not making them paperwise. She's not making no stinking paper doilies. Has anybody ever looked at your artwork and said, why are you doing that? I get that all the time. Like, I'll have friends come over and they'll be like, and if you don't, if they don't know that aspect of you, if they only know like the corporate aspect of you or the whatever, they come over and they see my trash art. They're like, why are you doing that? He's having a birthday party for himself. Oh, Barb, that's excellent. One of my friends had a birthday party for herself this year. She's like, my friend said they were going to make me a birthday party. And then I said, well, you didn't invite me. She goes, well, you live in Hawaii. She lives in California. I said, well, maybe I would have come. It's relaxing. Your doilies are relaxing. I don't know why I have a thing for chairs. Don't ask me. I don't know. For no reason. I have a thing for chairs for no reason at all. I want to find a backdrop I like on it though. Yeah, time to move forward and have fun. I agree. Elizabeth says people don't ever know what the heck she does. Well, at least you keep them guessing now. My friends are like, why are you doing that? What is that? Did I tell you guys about my friend that thought she had to do an intervention with me when I was doing wine bottle art. Oh my God. So I have this friend, I love her, and I don't see her very often. We used to go to meditation class and do some stuff together, or, we hung out together and did some things like that. Well, I hadn't seen her in a while, and I guess she just popped by to say hi to me. But I was making recycled glass art. And I would go to the dump every day, and I would go, there's different recycling centers around here, and I would go every day to the glass bin, and I would get all these really crazy colored bottles, as many crazy colored ones as I could. Like Christine. Christine says she is hand quilting a blanket for her 3-year-old niece. Aww. She had a baby brother yesterday. Well, congratulations to your family. So I guess you bought yourself a ticket to see the Phantom of the Opera for your birthday, Joni. Congratulations and happy birthday. When's your birthday? Laura says she literally doesn't have people over. Just because you don't want to. I hear you, Mama. So I guess I was out. I don't know where I was. I wasn't home when she came in. And okay, so if you've ever made recycled glass art, the one thing you know is that none of the bottles, even if you have to check the serial numbers on the bottles to see if the lots are the same, or they won't slump the same if you're slumping them in a kiln. And there's like all kinds of stuff like that. That stuff that you just have to know about making recycled glass art. So, you get them, and sometimes you can heat the wine labels off, but it's best. You're crazy out. So it's best to soak them. Okay, so when I would go to the dump, I would pick out all these bottles, and I would bring them home, and I would soak them in a tub of water and bleach. Because you guys have been sitting in this thing for a long time, right? In wherever the dump thing, And so I would soak them in a tub of water and bleach. And then I had my hottie made me this makeshift rack that it was like an old shoe rack, but instead of having those curved things, he spiked them up so I could put all the bottles on them. So there would be I don't know, 50 bottles drying at one time. Joni, your birthday's in November. Ooh, happy birthday. So there'd be 50 bottles drying at one time. Denise says she's not antisocial. She just gets anxiety having somebody over. Me too, Denise, because that means I have to clean up my house, okay? How big was my kiln? I had 2 kilns, Barb. They were fairly big. You could put, I don't know. They weren't those huge ones that you could put a window in. But I think I could slump 9 bottles in them. On one layer. You could get another layer. I still have them in my garage, these 2 big kilns. Anyway, so I guess she didn't realize, because she only saw me in the context of being a meditation teacher or whatever. She never saw me in the context of my recycled craft extravaganza. So she came to my house one day, and she saw, must have been, because right after, it had to be after Christmas or New Year's, because right after that time, they sell this sake here one time a year, and the bottle is this blue, this color blue. The bottle's this color blue, and it's so beautiful that, and if I would never buy it because the bottle of sake is $40. So I always would scour after a major holiday for that sort of thing. So I must have had I don't know. I'd gone to the dump. I'd been going to the dump. It was around, had to be between Christmas and New Year's, around that time. And I probably had 500 bottles in my garage, maybe more. And some of them were in the soaking process, and some of them were standing up in the back of the garage, and then some of them were just in bins where I'd just gone to the dump, right, and gotten a whole bunch. They weren't even in the process. So I guess she came, And all she saw were the ones that I had just gotten from the dump that were not in process, that were just like, there. And she called me so upset, telling me that she didn't know about an intervention and all this stuff. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't even know what she was talking about. I was like, I have no idea. And then she was like, don't you have something to tell me? I was like, no. I said, no, I don't have anything to tell you. And she's like, on and on. You guys, she thought I was an alcoholic. I said, if I drank that much, I'd be dead. You guys, 500 bottles worth of whatever in my garage, I'd be dead. I would seriously be dead. Oh my God, you guys. I said, did you bother to look in the rest of my garage, or do you just drive up and see that? Did you bother? Because it's like a carport, so it's open. I said, did you bother to go and look at the glass wall hangings to the right? I'm telling you. I would have been, you guys, if I drank that much, I would be dead. And it wasn't just wine, and it was like, like Bombay Gin has blue bottles, and Sky Vodka has blue bottles, and there's all kinds of different, grain alcohols that have blue bottles, and I was after the blue bottle. I'm telling you. So I've had my friends say all kinds of stuff to me. I've had my friends say, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Yes, so if you haven't had that, feel lucky. Feel lucky that your friends haven't decided to tell you to ask you if you have a... I said to her, we've been out so many times. What have you ever seen me consume in mass quantities besides iced tea? I said, maybe I have an occasional glass of wine, but I said, so do you. So she was a child of an alcoholic. So that's really what it was. She was going to Al-Anon. She thought she was going to have an intervention with me. I know what, liver, right? I was hard. Barb, I would have been so hardcore. I would have been... I know, right? I wouldn't have had a functioning liver. Ever. I would not. You guys, so I don't really tell people about my art stuff, because the more I tell them or invite them into my... And who knows what I'm making? Remember when I was making those crazy rugs last year? I had torn up t-shirts everywhere. I had torn up t-shirts everywhere. So I just gotta let it go. My hottie, he's so funny. He's like, well, I'm surprised she didn't call me. I said, she probably would have. You would have probably been the next on her list. She probably would have called you next. To have some sort of like serious intervention. Elizabeth is right. She goes, unless they do it, they don't understand. It's kind of like a chronic such and such. It is. I totally agree. She really thought I was, Hi, Laura. Hi, Paper. What's your first name, Paper? Paper Opossum? They don't get it at all. I agree with you. They don't get it. But you know what, you guys? I just had to I had to laugh, because I was like, if you've known somebody for a really long time and been social with them, and you've never seen them really have a large consumption of alcohol, going to their house and seeing all kinds of bottles in various states would not lead me. I would think crafting. I would totally think crafting. I wouldn't think need to have an intervention with you. It's like, oh my gosh. Because I used to make these crazy window hangings from slumped glass. I would cut wine bottles, and I have a diamond, a tile saw, but with a glass blade on it. And I used to like clean them all and then dry them all. The boo story is ridiculous. She was so serious, you guys. And then I would slice them into rings, and so or to into strips, and I would slump them in a kiln. And it takes quite a long time. Your kiln has to get up to be really, really, really hot. And I would slump them and then drill them and make like these like glass curtains out of them, so you could see out of them. And I really loved it. And I used to do it all the time. Now I haven't done it in a while. In fact, I think at one point I purged all my bottles or I gave them away because you meet other people that do glass art too, and they want to you meet people that do glass art and they're like, I want to do that or that, or they're on the lookout for that glass bottle too, the one that the one that the one that the same ones I'm looking for. They're looking for those too because they're rare. I mean, look, they're probably not rare if you go to a bar, but I didn't go to a bar. I guess I could have gone to a bar, but I didn't. It was really fun. We all loved watching you today, Barb. We miss you on Fridays, girl. I know that you don't need that extra added pressure, but drama-free Fridays used to be. I used to lurk when Barb used to do drama-free Fridays. How many of you guys have been Barb Owen fans since drama-free Friday? I have, and I used to lurk because I used to get sometimes intimidated in chat. Not that your chat was intimidating, but it was like, you know what I mean? It's like you don't know anybody and you feel like everybody knows each other. Hand up, Vicky says. Hand up, Penny says. Hey, Penny. Right? We all are Barb Owen fans, and we miss you. So I still love to watch Drama Free Friday. And I would look forward to it. You've been watching Barb for a long time? Me too. Elle says she's usually a lurker. How are you, Miss Kathy? Miss Ann? Christine? If I didn't say hi to you guys, let me know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. We love you, Barb. So, you guys, I'm going to join. How many of you guys have done your free trial on howtogetcreative.com? I'm going to do mine. I was planning on doing it for the month of July, but I got this job, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll do it anyway. She has a $1 trial, so you can try out for a whole month everything she has on howtogetcreative.com. And I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll come back and show you some of the stuff I make if I can get it together. Denise says she stays quiet a lot of times. Denise, you don't have to stay quiet. So I have this journal that I have been putting off working on. How many of you guys have these projects where you taking the thing apart, got all the papers to put together, you dyed them, colored them, painted them, done whatever you're going to do to them, and then they're just sitting there staring at you. They're sitting there going, hey, I'm here. Hand up again, Vicki. You're going to do it too? I'm going to do it. You stay quiet, Sandra? You don't have to stay quiet. Please. Not here. Not in this chat. Anyway, so I have a journal that I've been working on. I've got all the components together for it, and then it's just sitting there. I like these pictures, but they're all a little too big for my thing. That's your whole room. It's a story of your life. Guys, I'm hoping that this job that I'm taking is going to put a spark back in me, because I've been feeling. Okay, how many of you can relate to this? So, if you've been a stay-at-home mom, or your kids have been your priority for a really long time, and then you work for a little while and you start feeling really good about yourself because you're actually being recognized for who you are, and you're making money, and everybody always likes to have their own money, right? I mean, even though like most of us share everything with our spouse, it just feels good to have your own autonomy, right? Bye, Barb. We love you. Um, and then somehow, like for whatever reason, you're not working again, and then you go for a long. It seems like to me, the longer that I stayed not working, the more of a funk it put me in, you know. And then anyway, and then the more of the funk it put me in, the less I wanted to do what made me happy. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Everybody's saying bye, Barb. We love you. Christina, honey, I'd be the same way. I need to be in bed by 8:15. This doesn't work that way. It makes sense, Elizabeth. Well, that's kind of like the funk I've been in. I mean, I went through a lot in the past couple of years. I went through a lot. I went through a very. I was married for a very long time to a very nice man, but we just grew apart. And we had a very amicable separation. Been separated for I don't know, 12 years. We're just like super amicable. And the reason why we didn't get divorced was because of our kids, because of health insurance, because of our kids, because of different things like that. And then he met somebody who just, I don't know, she just was like, she didn't want him to have a relationship with me. She didn't want him to have a relationship with our kids. And then out of nowhere, out of this amicable split that we'd been apart for like, I don't know, 8, 9 years, he used to come vacation at my house. You guys used to bring whoever he was dating, come to Hawaii, come stay with us, do his thing, take our kids and do stuff. I mean, he used to come. And when I used to travel on business, he would come and stay with the kids. I mean, we were friends. And he started dating this woman, and she told my kids that it wasn't right that her parents were friends because that's not how divorced people acted. Just stupid stuff, Anyway, he became very nasty out of nowhere. And I've had to deal with him for almost 3 years being nasty, maybe even 4 now. And so I have to tell you, that put me in a funk too. Yeah, you do grow apart, Anne. I mean, it wasn't a bad thing, It was like he and I were happier apart, and we were really good friends. It's been about 4 years since he started this nastiness. And I out of for no reason, for absolutely no reason. So between that and me, like, letting go of my job, I was in a funk. And it wasn't that I didn't work. I mean, I did. I did freelance work and I did stuff, but, it's different when you work freelance than when you work, like, you get up every day and go to you have no idea, Laura. I think that's what, like, crafting really saw me through a lot of that. Crafting saw me through a lot of it. Joni says, me too. Been out of work for over a year now, but I feel like I'm just getting lazier by doing crafts. I tried something, and then it's like, why? I feel like when I make something, it needs to have a purpose. I don't necessarily think it needs to have a purpose, but I think for me, Joni, what happened was that I just I wanted more than what I was experiencing. Like, I didn't feel like I was living in my potential. Yes, nastiness does take its toll. Nastiness does take its toll. Because I'm still not nasty, even though he's nasty to me. I just, you know what? Every time I see him, I tell him I love him. Because I know at some point, the old him, the person that I've known for 30 some odd years, because I was married to him for like 27 years. You know what I mean? Seriously, so stupid. The person that I know in there is still in there. Like, he didn't evaporate. He's just being like, He's allowing himself to be manipulated by somebody else. And I can tell you he's not happy, but that's not my problem. Art does get you through. Yeah, but you know what's really stupid, Laura, is that it didn't need to be awful because he and I had been separated for so long. We were just there for our kids. But his girlfriend doesn't like our kids, so he hasn't spoken to our older daughters, our two older daughters, in 4 years. Try that one on. That one has been a real heartbreaker. My oldest daughter's over it, but my middle one is not. She gets her feelings hurt all the time by his lack of anything with her. Starring him and say he might be brainwashed. He is still with her, Penny. He is. You know what? I don't even care. You know what? I say to him all the time, you guys are terrible. So, you guys, I have like a little devilish side to me. So, you know what I do? This is going to sound so terrible. So, she's convinced that he and I have something going on. You guys, I finally told her one time, I said, if I wanted him, I would have never left him. I was the one that left. You know what I mean? It's like, if I wanted him, I would have never left him. And I said, if I wanted him back, I would already be back with him. You know, we've been apart for a long time. But, so she's convinced that he and I have something going on. But you guys, he lives on the East Coast. So, for his birthday and for Christmas, because they're close together, you know what I send him? I send him underwear. I send him like... Because I know he's a terrible shopper anyway, and I used to always buy him like socks and underwear for Christmas, but I send him underwear, and I send him stuff that I know, and then she gets, you can tell it's like not good. She's like, she can't stand it. Oh, I'm sorry, Laura. You know what? I try to convince my kids to hang out with him, but he doesn't, you know what, he doesn't make an effort with them either. So it's like, it's just me wishing it. Laura says her insecurities ruin it, and you hate that, right? But some people aren't like us, right? You had that happen to your ex too? The wife rubbed off until they got divorced, and then he came back around. Well, that's what I keep telling my kids. I keep saying, you guys have to... Oh, Christine, that's so sweet. Her husband helps her with projects on the weekend. They do them together. Denise said her first husband was like that. 11 years, graduated at 17, got married at 18. Lots of abuse. Oh, both physical, mental. After we divorced, he was so nasty. You know what? But mine wasn't. See, this is the thing. I could see that he would be really nasty after but like when you've been apart, like, I don't know, 10 years, and then somebody decides to get nasty, it's like stupid. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. Hi, Jean. Hey, you guys don't, she's obviously insecure. She probably is, you know, but you guys, I send him all kinds of stuff. No, they aren't sexy underwear, Christine. I just buy him like, no, he hasn't married her, Penny. I don't think he is. See, I think the reason he drew out some of the nastiness was because he tried to blame me. And then he's like tried to blame this whole thing like, oh, we had such a nasty split, so he doesn't want to get married. He doesn't want to marry her. If he wanted to marry her, trust me, he would have already done it, you know? And I don't care. If he wants to be with her, what do I care? I don't care. Don't forget, tomorrow is the Disabled Artist Foundation auction. So if anybody wants to go over and support CARE, go on over. No, I don't send him sexy underwear. What I do is I buy him like stuff that, you know, you would buy somebody you're really familiar with. And I used to make him, like every Christmas, I would make him a pair of Christmas shorts, like boxer shorts to sleep, like pajamas, but like longer, a little bit longer. My kids, when they were little, because I used to sew all the time, they would pick out like some crazy fabric, and I'd make them every year, like whatever they picked out. And you know, like they could have Smurfs or dogs or tractors or I don't know. And so I make them some of those sometimes and send them. And I know, I know she doesn't like it. I just do it anyway. And I always put, love Shelly, Merry Christmas, I love you. I always write stuff like that to him. His birthday, the same thing. I love you. Father's Day, the same thing. I love you. Oh no. Denise said, my one daughter ran away and called her dad from Philadelphia Airport to pick her up. And his new girlfriend didn't care for kids, so he put her in a hotel. He did me a favor. Oh my God. Isn't that ridiculous? And my question is, how do we pick men like this? That was my whole thing for a long time. I was like, how did I pick someone? How did I not see this? Oh, Laura, I made him a handmade card. And I put, and like one of my art cards. He's an artist too, so he knows. I made one of my handmade art cards, and I put like a picture on it, and I said, remembering the good old days and sending you lots of love. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I love you. Meanwhile, I'm like, and every time I see him, I tell him I love him. He wasn't like that when I was married to him. No, you're absolutely right. But every time I see him, like when we were going through this horrible thing, you guys, he cost me, I can't even tell you how much money in legal fees. We were already legally separated. You have no idea that. Remember when I was going through so much shit? That's what it was. That was all that. And then my daughter with her scoliosis. It was like a lot. Anyway, so when we were at the thing, and they're like telling me about visitations and this and that, I said, he's always welcome at my house. And the judge almost choked. I said, I love him. I said, he's always welcome at my house. And the judge was like, because I guess he wrote all this nasty stuff about me in his thing or whatever, in his thing for the judge. I said, he's always welcome at my house. I love him. They are situations. I totally agree with you, Laura. Gesso. Sharon, seal it with clear gesso. Clear gesso if she wants to keep the background picture. If she doesn't, then she can just seal it with regular gesso. If you do it with clear gesso, it should work. And then you can see if you want to keep the image behind it. Mary Lou said her ex had a girlfriend that got mad because you were at your daughter's house for her birthday. Oh, please. And she doesn't want you around anymore. Whatever. You're married 25 years? Aw. Oh, you know what? What he doesn't know is my attorney here, my attorney in Hawaii, is a really good friend of mine. So I have done, like, I built him a website. Like, we've done some sort of, like, bartering instead of me paying him, because honestly I couldn't have afforded it. And he takes me to court all the time over the stupidest things. And so he doesn't know that I don't pay for those legal fees. So every time we go to court, I make him like fill out the paperwork stuff proper right, because he does it to me all the time, just to try and abuse me. I think he's come to the end now because, he's had 5 different lawyers, you guys, and for nothing. I've never said no that he can't have our children or whatever. I've never said anything, ever. He just does it. He's been trying to prove that I am like mean and vindictive. So I asked him to provide all the correspondence that I have ever sent him to the judge. And every single correspondence says, I love you and I wish you peace. Every single one. So what is that going to say? Who's the crazy person? I mean, I'm telling you. Hi, Millie. You're not going to keep the image there that's there, so then gesso over it. You can do black gesso, white gesso. You could also just use house paint. I mean, the thing is this, is that if you're going to use acrylic paint, then just whatever you use, don't use an oil-based primer on it. So like sometimes I paint big, huge paintings with house paint. Okay? And so you can paint whatever you can. 25 years is a long time. So you can paint it out with anything. What about camping? Oh, you know what, Laura, I can't be mean. You know, it's just not in my nature. Now, maybe if somebody was really being mean to my kids, then I would be like, not nice, but I can't be mean. Jean Peter, how is your art room coming, girl? You know I'm going to just show up one day and just to say hi to you. Your sweetheart's going to answer the door and go, there's some crazy woman here in a hula skirt. No, I won't. I'm kidding. I won't wear a hula skirt. There's a crazy lady in a hula skirt. Aw. Christine says, I told my boys that if they get married, make sure she can cook and they get along with her mother. Aw. That's sweet. Yeah, you could texture it. You could do whatever you want to. Is the piece underneath it a print or is it hi Amanda. Is it a print or is it a painting? It's a print. Yeah, sometimes they spray like an acrylic or they spray some sort of, you guys know what I'm talking about? Speak up, my head can't think of the word. You know, like they spray like a varnish or a finish on it. I mean, you may have to, oh, thanks, Amanda. You may have to take a little bit of light sandpaper to it if you want something to stick. I love you, Denise. Denise said, he loved me. He brought me flowers every week, even if he took them from somebody else's yard. Oh my God, Denise, I love you. And he brought me coffee every single morning before he died. Oh. He would spill it, but it was okay. Oh, Denise. It's so sweet. I'm sorry, I know it's not funny, but it's just the way he wrote it. You've been together 30 years, Elle, with your person? Aww. Denise, just the way he wrote it made me laugh. Even if he took them from someone else's yard. No. That's so sweet, Denise. The tables have turned in my relationship with my hottie, okay? He used to bring me coffee every morning. Now I bring him coffee. You guys, it's like so funny. Now I bring him coffee. Because if we wanted him to make coffee, he would be he couldn't do it. Because he's off. He's got to get ready. I told you guys it takes him forever to get ready. Oh, he's your big handsome. Oh, I love that. You're married 34 years? That's awesome. Paper O, that is awesome. And you laughed in a sweet way too. I wasn't trying to be rude, I promise. $34 that's so awesome. I'm all for it. If you guys are growing together and you're both still in it to win it, I'm all for it. But you know what? For me, you guys, I was like, I don't know. And I'm sure it was all just me because he was happy as a he would if I had never left, we would still be married. I was just he and I did not share the same energy. Okay, and it was just it got to be heavy for me. He was a very sweet person, but it just got heavy for me. It's like, have you ever been with somebody that really just doesn't have any spark? That was like what it was. It wasn't always that way, but I think when you're in your early 20s and you get married, or when you're really young, you marry the potential of what you think somebody can be, right? And after you've been with them for so many years, they either don't live up to that or you change, right? And for me, I changed. So you're a little too honest. Oh, you're so sweet. I love it. It's perfect, Denise. Oh, that's so true. Christine says she's been married 25 years in September, and her husband says, "Hi, Amberly." And her husband says, "If your mom is happy," he tells your boys, "if your mama is happy, everyone is happy." Thank you, Amberly. That's so sweet. Denise, you are not too honest. It's just perfect. We love that about you. Paper Rose says we have a 30-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old daughter, and God knew we could only handle one at a time. I get it. I have a 27-year-old and a 12-year-old. I get it. And I have a 21-year-old in between, and my hottie has a 27-year-old and I think his youngest one is 23. Some of them are going through that asshole phase of like, I know everything, you know nothing, that sort of thing, which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it's just like, it's just like one of those things where like, when your kids are in that space of like, I know everything and you know nothing and you're stupid, I just back out. I'm like, good, because eventually they come back around. Oh, Sharon, sending you love, girl. We'll put him in the woo-woo tonight. You know what it was for me is that I just wasn't, I realized that our only interest was our kids. Your 22-year-old called you today and you talked for 2 hours. I love that. You have 33 and 18, Kathy? Ooh, good for you. Hey, I understand the parenting one day at a time to one child at a time. I'm kind of there too. Your 30-year-old is much more trouble than your 15-year-old. Well, I know for me that, when I realized that, and he didn't have any desire to do anything like if it was my idea, he'd do it, but he didn't have any desire to like do anything. And I wasn't dead. I was feeling deadness. I'm not dead yet. So he's a nice person, for someone else. You're missing your BQ. She's on vacation, so you chatted yesterday. Aw. She's your only daughter, Laura. Laura says she's her favorite daughter. You only have one daughter. You're too funny. I don't know, you guys. I'm all for do whatever makes you happy. And it's like, if you're happy where you are, stick it, stay it. My grandparents were married 70-something years. They were very happy together. That's why you can say she's your favorite. You're so funny. But Laura, you're so young. You could have another child. You're young. You could have another baby. I think I had my last baby when I was your age, Laura. Denise said, I tried to change. One of the things her Don would call her is Miss St. Olaf. He said she was like Rose from the Golden Girls. Don't you love Rose from the Golden Girls? I love her. I love her. But that's awesome, Denise. You're perfect just like you are. He'd be the oldest kindergarten dad ever. So what? Didn't I tell you guys that when I had my daughter, the one that's like, she's 12, going to be 13 this summer, that, I have been hereditarily gray since I was like 15 years old. And at some point I stopped coloring my hair just because it was a pain in the ass, And I was holding her. I had her like in a snuggly, the little thing you wear, whatever you call it. Isn't that what it's called? Like a baby Bjorn, one of those things. And somebody came up to me and said, "Oh, your grandchild's beautiful." And my mother, who was always on me to dye my hair, just burst out laughing. She was like, anyway, it's funny. Hi, Taz. How are you? Aloha to you, too. Oh, you saw this problem in Mount. Yes, we had a crazy fire. We had a couple fires, you guys. And I don't think, we do get wildfires here, but I don't know for sure. But I think they think that this one was set because there were several fires all over the island. But we've had a drought, and so I don't know. I don't even know if they'll really be able to tell. The problem is that we used to have a lot of sugar cane that grew in the fields that are around. And I don't know if it was last year or the year before, they just stopped. The sugar cane plant closed down. And so we don't grow sugar cane here anymore because it's actually cheaper to, whoever does the commodities or whatever, it's cheaper to get your sugar cane from wherever they grow it, South America, the Dominican Republic, whatever. So yeah, yesterday I was out with my hottie and we had to come home because we couldn't get to the other side of where we wanted to go because the flames were like 5 feet high and I didn't want to be stuck on that side of the island. Because there's only one road in, one road out, so. Yeah, it was a little hairy. You have a great grandson, Denise? That's awesome. Kathy says when her son was a baby, we were at the mall and my daughter was watching him while I waited in line to see the Easter Bunny. And some woman started yelling at her saying she was too young to have a baby. Oh no, Kathy. Oh no. You just got home from girls' night out. How fun. What did you do? Where did you go? There's more light on the subject now. Where did you go, Miss Curly? Oh my gosh, that is just too funny. They did the same thing to my daughter. I was in one of those rooms where you go for your daughter. My littlest one was having a baby checkup or something. It was a doctor we'd never seen. She must have been sick or something. I don't remember. But my daughter, who was 15, my oldest daughter, was with me. And I had to go to the bathroom, so I said, "We watch the baby. I'll be right back." So he comes in and he starts asking her all these questions like, "Was your birth natural? Was it how many weeks?" All this stuff. And she's like, "I don't know." And she yells to me, "Mom, was the birth natural?" Because I'm in the bathroom in the exam room. There was a bathroom in there. And then they come out, and then she goes, "Oh no, you thought she was my child?" She got all offended. She goes, "She's my sister." You got pedicures and Mexican food? Oh, that sounds so much fun. And you chatted. 4 hours later. Oh, that's so nice. Your family and friends call you Jody. I know, right? Poor girl. My daughter was totally traumatized. She was like, ugh. 15, they're like, what? Why are you like, why would you think that? I don't know if this one's good or not, but it'll get there. I'll add some more layers to it. It'll get there when I eventually finish it. I'm just trying to rub the magazine off, but I guess I rubbed it a little too hard. Oh, they called you Jody from the Joe? Laura says, well, excuse me, but are we not your friends? Have I been calling you the wrong name, Jody? You miss girls' night out? You guys, my oldest daughter called me the other day, and she was just like, I goes, everything okay? She's like, I just wanted to see how you are. I just wanted to chat. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just want to make sure nothing's wrong. She's like, oh my gosh, Mom, nothing has to be wrong. Elizabeth says all her friends and family call her Elizabeth. That was just the ice maker, Charlie. Sit down. Charlie, stop. Charlie had to have a bed by me because she was having anxiety. Elizabeth says all her friends call her Elizabeth except my peeps. Y'all call me Elle. We do call you Elle. Well, if you want us to call you Elizabeth, we can. If you don't like Elle, I like Elle. Vicky says, you all can call me Jody all you want. I'll officially change it. You're so funny. Brooke named you Elle. I love that name, Elle. I know, like I call Stacy from Pink Pool Crafter Stace, and she goes, "You're the only person that calls me that." I go, "Okay." She goes, "I like it." I said, "Okay." I said, "If you don't, tell me I'm sorry." So my brother-in-law told us. I told you guys my sister's in Spain for her 50th birthday, and my brother-in-law told my sister he was gonna run with the bulls. And I was like, oh my God, no, please, no. I told you, he's the one that fell in the pool. He's the one that, anyway. I said to her, I said, please tell him don't do that. I said, what are you going to do if you're stuck in Spain? And he's like, hurt. Because he's decided he's going to run with the bulls. He's one of these people that thinks he's younger than he is. Do any of you guys have in-laws like that? Brother-in-laws like that who think they're younger than they are? My sister and I started, so I texted him today. I said, "So when are you running with the bulls?" I love Elle too. Oh, Amberly stuck forever. I like the name Amberly. So I said to my sister, please do not let him run with the bulls. She goes, I have no control over him. I said, what are you going to do? I said, make sure you have an international SIM card, because if he ends up in a hospital, what are we going to do? She's like, I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's like, I said, is he really going to run with the bulls? She goes, I don't think so. I said, so is he just telling me that, or has he told other people? Because if it's just me, then maybe it won't happen. But if he told other people, it might happen. Even your mama and grandma call you Amberly now too? Aw. You're accident prone, Elizabeth? Hey, please. I get it. So when I called him, I said, are you running with the bulls? And he's like, no, not yet. My sister's like, why did you remind him? I go, remind him. He's the one that told me just a few days ago he was going to run with the bulls. He's like, whatever. She's like, I'm like, you guys are too much. You're not my brother-in-law. Oh, my brother-in-law is totally accident prone. That's why I'm like, said to her, what are we, like, why are we even discussing this? He would be, you guys, I'm sorry. He's just ridiculous. He is beyond ridiculous. He's had the most, I don't even know. So ridiculous. He's totally accident prone. He cannot help himself. You guys, he's also like one of these people that he thinks he's good at stuff and he's not. And just get a picture. I need to get a pic or it never happened. That one's good. I don't know if she's, well, I mean, I'm sure she'll be in Madrid with him, but I said to her, you're not doing it. She goes, hell no. There were 8 Ambers in your grade? Wow. Christine said, oh my God, it's too funny. My husband's the same way. He makes me laugh every day. We sit around and watch what will happen next. Exactly, Christine. Exactly. Okay? Her favorite is, I think I'm good, but I still stink at it, people. No, you don't stink at it. What are you stinking at? Are you just talking about my brother-in-law? He stinks at most things. Your mom's doing good? Oh, Amberly, that's awesome. She's rocking physical therapy and off of oxygen. Woohoo! Oh, Amberly, that's such good news. I agree. I should tell him, take some pictures or it never happened. You guys, he is ridiculous on a stick, okay? There's like nothing he's just ridiculous on a stick. He cannot, I don't know. Just thinking about him makes me laugh just because of the stuff he does. He's so silly. And he doesn't, and the thing is that he really thinks he's good at stuff. Like he thinks he can fix things. My sister just looks at me and goes, oh my God, because she knows that he can't, he's going to end up breaking it. And then she's either going to have to fix it or pay somebody to fix it. Oh, she has come a long way, Amberly. Big hugs to her. He's overly confident. Hi, Mags. He's more than overly confident. You know, he's got, I don't know. You guys, I don't know. He's ridiculous. He's beyond ridiculous. And you know what? And he takes himself way too seriously, and he does believe that he's good at everything. Oh my gosh. He believes he's really good at a lot of things. We just go with it. We just laugh. I tell my sister, he brings me so much joy. She goes, no, he doesn't. He just brings you the opportunity to laugh at somebody on a regular basis. I said, yes, and that's joy. And she's like, you're terrible. But I'm not terrible. I said, it's the truth. He does make me laugh, though. He totally makes me laugh. He thinks, you guys, he totally thinks that he can, he thinks he's good at it, all kinds of stuff. And he isn't. He is not. He is not. We all just tell him he is. Hi, Ann. The official date of running with the Bulls is the 14th. Well, there you go. So I guess I'll have to like double check on the 14th that he hasn't done something ridiculous. He called me today because asking how my sister was. My sister hasn't been well, so I wanted to know how she was. Because when I talked to her on her birthday or the day after her birthday, she was just really tired and she wasn't feeling well. And I just wanted to, I was just checking up on her to see how she is. And I was just texting them because with that. How many of you guys have WhatsApp on your phone? That's like that is such a good thing, WhatsApp. you know, and it's such a good program to have. And so I have that on my phone and can talk to them. You call me back. Go get calling me. It's 2 days to the Bulls. I'm hoping that my sister. I'm hoping she talked him out of it. It would be horrible, you guys. He's so accident prone with the whole pool thing. Can you imagine? Oh my God, you guys. How can you do that? You gotta let people be who they are. But him running with the Bulls would not be good. Night, Kathy. Big hugs. It's your baby's birthday, Max. Oh, good night, Kathy. Hope to see you again soon. How old is your baby? Max says it's my baby's birthday today, and I have just come home for a rest before tonight. Amberly says, I think somewhere along the line, I threw the fundamentals out and just got stuck in my style. Amberly, I love that. I got stuck in my style. He's 43. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Laura, aren't you like 40? Laura and Amberly are the babies of the group. I don't know. Maybe some of you are under 40. Amberly's in her 30s, I think. Your baby is a she. What's her name, Mags? Laura's 42. Curly's 40. See, Laura, I had my baby when I was 43. So see, you have another year. You can go for it. Amberly's 32. There you go. You guys, 1 year. Andrea. All right, everybody, let's sing happy birthday to Mag's baby Andrea. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrea. Happy birthday to you and many more. You're 21, Samantha? Oh, good. Well, then you've got a long way to go, girl. You're going to be 50 this year? Oh, good. Your daughter had to tell you. So 1 year, you guys, I think I was only 51, but I thought I was 52. Don't ask me how that happened. So I had been like filling out like whatever things. I said I'm 52 or whatever. And then finally, like when I turned, something happened and my daughter goes, "You're not 52. I said, "Yes, I am." She goes, "Mom, you're 51. I said, "Well, I've been 52 all year, so." I turned 55 this year. The big 5-5. The big 5-5. Oh, thanks, Mags. Will you tell her that we love her and that we're sending her love and we want her to have the best 43rd birthday ever. At 43, I was having a baby. Okay? Not that I'm telling your daughter to have a baby, but I was at 43. And you thought you were 53 for 2 years and you found out you were 52? Right now, like, what happens? It's like you're like, whatever. Elizabeth says she thought she was turning 49. Girl, I say go for it. Mags, you're the big 7-1 and you're the big 7-0. Well, then awesome. Then you ladies have all the wisdom to share. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a funk with my ATCs because all my images are too big. So I'm going to put them aside. And I've just got to find, you guys, I have an enormous binder with images in it. And I could also draw on them. But I kind of like how they turn out when I just do random stuff on them. You know, like I'm liking this one. Hey, Liz. When you think you're a year older and then you have to, an actual birthday, it's like daylight savings time. You're absolutely right. You get an extra year back. You're absolutely right. So I'm liking this now. I mean, I got to work on it a little bit more, but I'm liking it. Denise says, she's 66. Hey, Sam. It is like daylight saving time. You're absolutely right. So I don't know how many of you guys were around when I was obsessed. So I go through phases like everyone else, but I was phased obsession with making art postcards. And these are recycled postcards. They're, like junk mail, like see the back. And then the front is, and this one I might have put two together because some of the junk mail isn't thick enough. And some of them I was really into. Like I love this one. Some of them are really good. Some of them are not so good, but it's okay. There are no surprise babies here. You had all your kids before you were 30. Curly, don't even talk about surprise babies. I thought I would, please. I didn't think I was going to have a baby at 43. I wasn't even, no. Like some of them I like more than others. Some of them still could use a little work, but you just got to go with it. Christine says she took her boys to Pittsburgh training camp, and he said, I'm going to do the 25-yard dash med tent. Here I come. Oh, no. You guys, mine was really a surprise. Okay, so this was Tracy's hands. This was a postcard. It was like a dental thing, and it said Aloha on it, so I liked it. So have you guys ever watched It's Nana's Place? This was her hands. Well, it was obviously a magazine, but it reminded me of Tracy's hands. And then, like, this one needs something else. This is Carla Cage Fish's favorite one. I should send it to her. I've been missing her, you guys. It's like I get kind of stuck in my ruts. I like to, even if I'm just like, thanks, Elizabeth. This one needs more. Even if I need, like, even if I just like, I like, you're supposed to surprise the opposite was at 19. I get it. Carly says she freaked out after her friend had a surprise baby and she had her husband get snipped. I hear you. I like eyes too. You know what? These were eyes from a puzzle. I think from a Prada ad. I think Mags. You know me. I like the cheap, down and dirty fashion magazines. This one probably could use more. I mean, I have some more to do to it. I don't know. It's like Japanese textbook, some first class mail thing. I don't know what the bottom was. You know what I think it is? I think it's wax paper and some music paper. Your house is in chaos. Amberly says her twins turn 9, and her middle baby turns 8, and and her little lady's 4, and your house is chaos. You know what? I wish I could blame the chaos on my kids. I think I bring the chaos all into myself. I think the ridiculousness just finds me. Yeah, these are all like recycled postcard, recycled mail. You know what I mean? The heavy duty cardstock mail you get. I know, right? The way Laura says, Curly, the way you type, it has me in stitches. Freaked out and had him snipped. You're so funny. Remember, this was the one that I said looked like my high school boyfriend who was named Jorge? So this is Jorge. It's not really. It's a fashion model standing in front of like a gate, but it reminded me of Jorge. I think that all of us are just going through we just do our own little thing, and like whatever it is. These were Renee's feet. Our lovely Renee from our little red wagon. She's a bear. What is it? Is there a name for somebody that just goes barefoot all the time? It's probably a name, right? I don't know what Renee's feet actually look like, but the bare feet just reminded me of Renee. Some of them I really like. Some of them I could work on. This one I liked. I think the butterflies came from Linda McCullum. Bye, Elle. Big hugs. I hope you get some good sleep. You wonder where George is now? I don't know. When we were growing up, he was going to be a dentist. I don't know what happened to him. I never tried to find him. So I don't know what happened to George. I do not know what happened to George. And this was my ode to Dolly. A stream of consciousness for Dolly. I hope you sleep good, Elizabeth. I hope you get some good sleep, Miss L. Hope you don't have to be like me and then like the phone rings and this and that and they want you to solve the world's problems. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I could solve the world's problems. Yeah, right. So maybe I'll work on a couple postcards. How many of you guys want to stay for the meditation? We'll do it in a few minutes. For those that want to stay. And those that don't, it does not hurt my feelings. Please, you have to do what works for you. Do what works for you. And if you guys want to do the meditation, get yourself some water. If you want energized water. Night, Mags, we love you. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful time with your daughter. Tell her we wish her happy birthday. And we look forward to seeing you again next time. Amberly says in college they call being a barefoot soldier. I don't know what it's called, but I think there's probably a name. You're going to Nova Scotia, Anne? Oh, how fun. That sounds like so much fun. So if you guys want to do the meditation, just grab yourself some water if you want some energized water. It's not necessary, though. And then take a moment to bring to mind anybody that you would like to send just an extra special boost of love to. You know, realize it's always up to them and their conscious consent on whether they receive what you send them. But, you know, it never hurts. At least I don't think it ever hurts sending somebody some love. Now, whether they receive it, that is up to them. Like my ex-husband, who I tell him I love him all the time. I don't think he receives it. You're meeting your son and daughter-in-law there? Oh, how fun. Hi, Dana. Are you leaving, Amberly, too? Well, good night if you're leaving, girl. We love you. Big hugs. So, go get your water, and then bring to mind anybody that you'd like to include. You know, and you can even include your pets. I always invite you to bring in your home, because every one of us needs to have as much love and peace in our home as possible. At least that's what I think. You have to take George out. His eyeballs are floating. We'll give George our love. Oh, thanks, Amberly. You're so sweet. I think you're going to have such a great time, man. So, you know, the kind of cool thing, I'll tell you guys a kind of a cool story about somebody that I think about often. So sometimes I just think about people randomly. Like, I have no right or wrong, and I'm not like a person that obsesses over other people, or, you know, like somebody will just come to my mind, and I don't question it. And so automatically, if somebody comes to my mind, I generally focus on sending them healing thoughts or whatever comes, because it generally sort of is precipitated by something. Like somebody will be like, it'll come to my mind, and I'll not even understand why. So, I trust my intuition enough just to go with it. So, I'm just, you know, thinking about somebody, this friend of mine, and I hadn't seen them, I don't know, in a long time. You know, and I can't, no matter what I do, she just keeps coming back to my mind, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever, for whatever reason. So I just keep focusing on her and sending her love and sending her healing thoughts and prayers and different things like that. And it had been for like several days that I was thinking about her. I think I even had a dream about her. And maybe a week later, I get a phone call from her. And she tells me she was in a horrific car accident. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. But that she walked away. Her car was completely totaled. But she walked away without a scratch. And she sent me a picture of the car, and the car was completely smashed. Like, I don't even know how she got out. And she said during that time, all she could do was think of me. And all she said, and the other thing she said was, not only did I think of you, she said, I felt like you were right there. And she said, and I got really calm. She goes, I had been really scared. I got really calm. And, just started putting myself in a space of mindful gratitude, just trying to be grateful. Like, I'm grateful I'm alive. I'm grateful I'm breathing. I'm grateful I'm, whatever. And then she's just like, I just wanted you to know that, I appreciate you as my friend. And we were chatting, and I said, what day was it? Guys, it was the day that I had been thinking of her. It was the day that she had been so present in my mind and in whatever I was going through. So we are all interconnected, right? So, it's like one of those things. So I always invite you to bring people to mind and include them in your energy work, even if you don't know where that's going to go or what it's going to look like. And even if it's like somebody maybe you haven't seen or spoken to in years, just trust that whoever you bring to mind is the right person, and that everything that you're thinking of and everything that goes along with them is perfect. Because it is. Well, we'll send you love no matter what, Denise. Don't worry about it. So I had a similar situation with my brother-in-law, the one that brings me so much joy, whatever, at his accident-prone self. He rides motorcycle. He rides motorcycles for a living, and they ride across country and do all this craziness. And I don't know, and I don't think about him all the time, you guys. It's not like he's on my mind all the time or whatever. But for whatever reason, I was talking to my sister one day, and I try to talk to her every day. Both of our parents have passed, and we really just have each other, And so I try to just stay focused on, just trying to stay in contact with her because she's the only relative, you know what I mean, right? I don't know if I like that one better or if I like it. Anyway, so this one day, talking to my sister, and I asked her about him. And I don't ask about him often. I mean, she may tell me something hilariously funny that he did, but I don't sit around saying, oh, what's he doing or whatever. It just doesn't work that way for me. And I asked her about him. I said, what's he doing today? And she said, he's going on this motorcycle ride across country. And I was like, ah, and he hadn't been well. He had like the flu or something. She said, he's leading this big ride. And I was like, oh, I said, that sounds intense. And so she's like, yeah. So I don't know. As she and I are talking, I do my inner process of, whatever it is in me that I'm experiencing this. I want to let go. I want to make amends. Right? My Ho'oponopono process. Anyway, so I'm like talking to her, and I'm starting to feel weirder and weirder, and I just kept thinking, wow, and so my talking with her, I just tuned into myself, and I just said, send him love and light and protection, and love and light and protection, and I don't know, and I was telling her, I said, I get this weird feeling, and and she's just like, well, let's just both send him lots of love and, you know, like, let's just hang in there and send him lots of love. So anyway, fast forward to much later, she calls me and she goes, I had gotten off the phone with her and I sat in meditation and I just really sat there and sincerely sent him love. Just sat there in the space of love and held a space of love for him and just sent him love, peace, protection, love, and light on his journey. My sister calls me, I don't know, an hour or two later after we had talked, and he had been in a really horrible motorcycle accident. And he had slid on his helmet. I guess he works for a big motorcycle manufacturing company. He'd slid on his helmet and slid on, and he got up and walked away unscathed. His bike was completely wrecked. His helmet was like shaved down to where the protective coat was inside. And the clothing, the leather motorcycle gear that he was wearing was completely like shredded. And I don't even think if he had anything, it was barely anything. So all I can tell you is that, you never want anything bad to happen to anyone, but, in that space of just holding love, light, protection, peace, whatever it is that you're wishing for those other people, it really affects them. And so I'm just telling you that. I don't even know why, because maybe some of you are connected to people right now that may just need that extra prayer or love. Maybe you're connected, maybe you'll be connected to somebody that could just use a little boost. Or you're connected to, do you get it? Hey, Malia. So I invite you to bring to mind whoever you want to bring to mind. You don't have to ruminate on it, bringing them to mind and just wishing them love, light, peace, whatever it is you want to bring to mind with them, just do it. And you can bring your pets in there too. And all you need to do to participate, if it's your first time doing a meditation, is just your breath. And if you can't do that, that's okay too. It works no matter what. Always include your home, include your pets, include your job, your coworkers. It all works. And the meditation lasts about 10 minutes, and you can come back and listen to it as often as you'd like, and the energy still stays present. The healing energy stays present on the recording. So let's get started. Inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Receive and release. Receive and release. Imagine yourself in a column of light. And when you look up, you can't see the end. And when you look down, you can't see the end. This is your column of light. It is unique to your being, soul, spirit. Allow your column of light to go deep, deep, deep in the earth. Give your column of light big tree roots deep in the heart of the earth. Allow your roots with every inhale and every exhale to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the heart of the earth. Let's ask the earth to share with us her energy. I see this energy like beautiful golden light, but you can see it, feel it, think it, or just know it any way that works for you. Feel this beautiful golden light energy rising up through your column of light. Feel it filling your feet and ankles, your calves and knees, your thighs and hips. Feel it filling the base of your spine, your lower abdomen, your waist, your chest and back, your throat, Your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, and out every finger. Feel it filling your neck and face, your head, and feel it fountain out the top of your head as high as you can imagine. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And breathe it in. Take a moment to enjoy your connection to heaven and earth. Now let's focus on the top of your head and your column of light and give it the suggestion, heart of the sun, heart of creation, heart of the divine. And with that, your column of light is right there. Give your column of light the same roots above your head as you do below your feet. Let's ask this beautiful cosmic angelic realm to share with us this energy. Feel this beautiful energy pouring through your column of light, mixing with your earth energy and your energy and spreading 6 feet in all directions. Feel it filling your head and face, your throat and neck, your shoulders, your arms, your wrists, your hands, and out every finger. Feel it filling your chest and back, your waist, your lower abdomen, the base of your spine, and feel it pouring through your hips, thighs, knees, calves, and ankles, and out the bottom of your feet, expelling any and all excess deep in the heart of the earth. Ready? Breathe it in. Breathe it in. And breathe it in. Take a moment to enjoy and feel your connection to the heart of the earth and to the heart of the sun. Now I'd like you to focus on the top of your head. And on the inhale, I'd like you to breathe in and receive peace, clarity, balance, and freedom. And on the exhale, I want you to release anything that you hold on to, anything that no longer serves you, anything that keeps you from living your absolute ultimate truth, anything that you've held on that may hold an energy of fear. Receive in love and release in love. Receive and release. Receive and release. Focus on the center of your forehead. Breathe in and receive peace, balance, bliss, clarity, and truth. And release anything that no longer serves you. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Focus on your throat. Receive peace, love, clarity, bliss, and freedom. And release any words you wish you'd never said. Release the times when you weren't heard. Release anything to do with speaking up when you didn't speak your truth. And release any energy that's related to fear in this energy center. Ready? Receive in love, and release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Focus on your heart. Receive peace, love, bliss, clarity, truth, and balance. And release anything that no longer serves you. Ready? Receive in love, release in love. Receive, release. Receive and release. Receive and release. Focus on your waist. Receive peace, love, balance, bliss, freedom, truth, clarity, and release anything that no longer serves you. Ready? Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. One more time. Receive peace, balance, purity, bliss, truth, clarity, and freedom. And on the exhale, release any emotion that no longer serves you. Ready? Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Focus on your lower abdomen. Receive peace, love, bliss, clarity, freedom, truth. Receive in love and release anything that no longer serves you. Release in love. Receive, release. Receive, release. Receive, release. Focus on the base of your spine. Breathe in and receive peace, love, balance, bliss, freedom, truth. Receive in love and release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love. Release in love. Receive in love. Release in love. Receive in love. Release in love. I'd like you to focus where your roots meet in the earth, in the heart of the earth, and where your roots meet in the sun, in the central sun. On the inhale, receive peace, love, bliss, freedom, balance, and truth, and clarity. And on the exhale, release anything in your body personality from all time, space, and dimension, all kingdoms and planes that no longer serves you. Ready? Receive in love and release in love. Receive in love, release in love. Receive in love, release in love. I'd like you to imagine an infinity symbol. See it starting in the heart of the sun, crossing through your heart, entering deep into the earth, crossing back through your heart, and ending where it began on the inhale. Receive love from the divine, from the heart of the sun and the heart of the earth. And on the exhale, give back love to the divine, the heart of the earth, and the heart of the sun. Ready? Receive in love and give in love. Receive and give. Receive and give. One more time. Receive and give. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and come back. And if you want to share, please feel free. And if you don't, that's okay too. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you. I don't know what days I'll be streaming next week because I'm starting my new job. But I will tell you that if I don't get to stream, I'll definitely make some videos. I do have some collaborations coming up that I need to make videos for. I want to remind you all that tomorrow is Care Heart's auction. And that's on her channel, Care Heart. And I'm not sure what time it starts. If somebody here knows, please go ahead and tell everyone. If not, just go over and check out her channel. It's for the Disabled Artists Foundation, and that's such a lovely cause for, such a good cause. It's a 501c3. Did I blast you all out? Or did you guys all go to sleep? Sometimes that happens to me. Good night, Penny. Tell me how you guys feel. What's going on? Good night, Liz. Big hugs. I'm glad you were here. Well, my lovelies, I will see you. If I don't see you next week, I'll definitely put up some videos. I just don't know what my work week is going to look like. But know that I love you, and I always look forward to seeing you. And as always, from my heart to your heart, I am sending you so much aloha. So until next week, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Take care.